Okay, so you've been through the live or recorded lectures and demo for this module, as well as the reading material, and you now need to formulate 2 questions. Why would you do that? Well, that's a fair question. As teachers, we're lazy, so why not pushing that on you, right? But to be honest, we developed this crowdsourced quiz system, and it's probably full of little bugs. However, it would have been certainly much faster for us to simply come up with 10 questions for each modules, and then we would be done with the job. We believe this task is one of the most important activity of your week. You need to go through your notes and identify what you think is the most important. Only 2 elements you have to select. You need to reformulate these key information twice. First as a question, and second as the correct answer. And then you have to come up with 2 other answers that are not correct. Probably the most challenging part of this exercise, because these answers need to be plausible, and at the same time they need to be incorrect for sure. Finally, you need to give an explanation, your explanation of why this is the right answer, along the reference in the self-study material. Explaining in your own words is definitely the best tool for you to check whether you understand something. This explanation will be shown to the students after answering your question. Yes, because your questions will be asked to other students later this week, and you will answer some of their questions too. Instead of getting questions in teachers' jargon, you get questions in students' words. Sounds new? Well, in the literature, these principles are not so new actually, but yes, we are making a little experiment here. After all, we are all here to learn. Huh? What if students ask a not so interesting question? Well, that's also a fair question. Every time you will answer a question, you will have to vote whether a question is helpful or not helpful. Our little software selects questions randomly. However, it gives more weight to helpful questions. We also keep an eye on the system so that questions that are not appropriate will get removed. On Thursday, during the feedback session, we will also give feedback on the most interesting questions and quiz attempts. So I've been through the introduction chapter of Designing Connected Products by Roland et al. And I've noticed that, well, on page 9, let me retrieve that. Yeah, on page 9, they say, we don't need to understand the technical architecture of a conventional internet service like Amazon in order to use it successfully. Instead, we form a conceptual model of what Amazon does and how it works that's good enough to help us understand what to do. That's a very important learning. I'm going to base my question on that. So I would say, well, do designers need to understand the technical details of an internet service? That could be my question. Then I need to choose the correct answer. So the correct answer, I would phrase that as no. Having the right intuitions about capabilities and limitation is definitely enough. And then I need to come up with two answers that are not completely right. So the first one could be no, that's out of the designer's scope to know how internet service work. And the second one could be a yes, this is the only way to design a product that relies on a service. And then here I would select that the correct answer is the answer B. And then my explanation could be that it's quite reassuring to know that designers should focus on developing their own conceptual model, creating an abstraction of most technical details, but keeping in mind the relevant limitations and capabilities. That's what I take from, and I need to add that, page 9 and 10 of Designing Connected Products by Roland et al. That's it. Not many lines, but I agree that's a very challenging exercise. That's the path towards learning for your design career rather than just in 10 weeks for the exam.